Yeah, it's second and short. That means it's Taylor time, and he's got the first down, and he busts away from the pack for plenty more. Jonathan Taylor, big run. There he goes, and Indianapolis takes the lead. 83 yards, the longest run of his career.
How in the world did he do that? He's up behind those offensive linemen. You think that he's going down. He's going nowhere. And once again, the patience. Just get up there, hug the offensive line, keep the legs moving. And then you see the breakout, the explosive speed. A little bit of a stiff arm there on A.J. Terrell. And he's taking it to distance and gives the Colts the lead once again.
Now they'll go for two to try to make it a 7-point lead. And how appropriate was Christina Pink's report about Robinson and Taylor, the respect they have, wanting to make a play. Robinson had the longest run in the NFL this year at 81 yards. That is the new longest run in the NFL this season. Jones for two. Was looking to the left for Taylor, and that ball got batted down. So still a 5-point game, and that's a huge difference, because now an Atlanta touchdown would give them the lead. But this touchdown from Taylor put the Colts in front on one of the best runs you may see all season long. Nice play up front by Rook Orororo. Got that paw up there to prevent the easy two.
It was going to be an easy two. But man, that is what Jonathan Taylor has brought to this offense all year long, is not just the dependability, the short runs, to be able to sustain drives, but the explosive runs. And again, you just see the patience, and you see the legs. The legs never stop moving. Will help with the stiff arm right there, but got the breakaway speed. As Christina was saying, back and forth. You watch that guy on the other sideline make a play like that, you wonder if Bijan's over there going, okay, it's my turn. Now I got to find a way to answer that and get my team a victory.
Jonathan Taylor, 210 yards on the ground now. With 6 minutes left, Indianapolis has regained the lead. It's the third 200-yard rushing game of Taylor's career. The other two came in the division against the Jaguars and Titans. Grabbed by Agnew. And he's going to get hit shy of the 30-yard line. Now they trail one of the top teams in the AFC with 6 minutes left. Penix over the middle, and London, who moved into the slot in motion, goes to the middle of the field away from Gardner and picks up a catch for 16 yards and a first down in front of the safety cross.
It almost looked like the same play that they ran to Sills on the previous drive. Push up, find that window inside. Great communication between those two guys. They work so well together, and Drake London just finding that window for the first down.
All the way up to the 44 now as we approach 5 minutes to go. Now London motions outside against Gardner. Penix under pressure from Grover Stewart. Being chased by multiple Colts and finds Robinson up the sideline. Picks up 8 yards there. Nice scramble by Penix. Now we duck inside of 5 minutes, so the clock rules will change. Good play here.
And he talked to us about using his legs more. He gets out there playing quarterback. Nice catch by Bijan there on the sideline. But he says when he gets out there as a quarterback, he's so focused on dealing the football and getting it to his playmakers that sometimes he forgets about using his athleticism. Nice job right there to buy a little extra time and find the completion on the sideline.
Guy who suffered a couple of torn ACLs in college, but has been a true pocket passer. Going back to his time in Washington in college. It is Robinson. That ball came out momentarily, but he was already down right at the line to gain.
You talk about being a pocket passer. Asked him about who was the guy that he modeled his game after growing up, and he said it was Teddy Bridgewater.
Yep.
But he was a guy that was a pocket passer but had the athleticism to also make plays. Even asked him if he tried the 2 gloves at one point. Remember, he said, hey, yeah, I tried it as a freshman at Indiana, but it didn't last too long.
Yeah, Teddy 2 gloves. Yeah, the receiver gloves on, a little too sticky for his liking. Looks like Sauce might be following London now. Handoff for Algier. He busts through for good yardage down to the 39 of Indianapolis. 3:35 and counting.
And I love the way they're going about this drive, right? No panic in what they're doing. Plenty of time on the clock. You got all 3 timeouts. You can stay with your game plan, run the football. You don't have to push it and drop it back every single time. Nice little change up, keeping them in second and short situation.
There is Algier. Gets the first down and gets run out of bounds. The clock will continue to move as contact was made inbounds. They called him a closer at BYU. He was the guy that give the ball to late in games in these types of situations.
He's going to punish you on the back end. Big fella doesn't shy away from contact. Run through some contact early. Sauce, welcome to the Colts.
They set up shop at the 32-yard line. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Still the 2-minute warning to come. Penix over the middle on the slant. It's Pitts for a first down into the red zone. This could go down to the 2-minute warning. Makes the catch in front of Kenny Moore for a gain of 13.
Really good process by Michael Penix. He starts to his left-hand side, doesn't like it, comes back, and you see the anticipation. Pitts hadn't even turned his head yet, and the ball was almost on him. Great job locating it at the last second, making the catch.
They won't snap it, and a 1-possession game in the final 2 minutes in Berlin, and this is Drake London's zone. Handoff, Algier gets tripped up, but a good run. The touchdown was saved by Laiatu Latu. Again, both teams came in under the 2-minute warning with all 3 timeouts. The Colts will use one here.
Well, and you said the Falcons are 2 for 2 today in the red zone, but coming in, this had been their biggest issue. They said coming in, we have got to be better. We got to find ways to finish in the red zone with touchdowns, and here we are. Game on the line. You've got to find a way to finish this thing with a touchdown. You mentioned it, 3 touchdown passes by Michael Penix last week, all of them to Drake London, and they weren't easy catches. They love to use the size of Drake London down here, whether he's boxing somebody out, the high balls up in a way where he can go and track them like he's playing basketball and going up and getting a rebound.
Robinson is off. London is on the near side of the formation, the former USC basketball and football player. Here is Algier, and Tyler Algier pounding ahead, and he's all the way down near the goal line. First and goal. Elijah Wilkinson, the right tackle, with a big block, and Algier will set it up near the goal line.
Man, locomotive going downhill, steam coming out of his ears. He is tough to bring down. Nice job by Sauce there to meet him at about the 2-yard line and find a way to get him to the ground. Have to believe they're going to give it to number 25 once again. Force that Colts defense to man up and stop him.
They'll have, this has got to be, I mean, this will be 3 cracks at the end zone, and it wouldn't shock me to throw to hand it off to Tyler Algier all 3 times. We'll have the Mercedes-Benz post-game coming up, star of the game, and a full preview of the Sunday slate, which starts in about 40 minutes.
And you take a touchdown anytime you can get a touchdown, but I know the Falcons are kind of thinking, it wouldn't be so bad if he didn't score in his first one and force that 3rd timeout to be taken by Indy.
Here is Algier looking for the end zone and the lead. Touchdown Atlanta. His second of the day has the Falcons in front with 104 seconds left.
Well, I was sitting here after that Jonathan Taylor touchdown and that report by in a pink to say, oh, is Bijan going to come back and he's going to be the one to answer that? Well, it wasn't him, it was his running mate, Tyler Algier, answering the touchdown by Jonathan Taylor, and it's been the story of the game. Back and forth, each team coming up with the big play as they needed to answer the other team. Now there's 1:44 left with a chance for Indy to maybe make the final answer of the game.
We'll go for two to try to make this a field goal game. Raheem Morris's team trying to steer the car back on track. It's the tight end Warner next to Penix. Out route, it's London. It's not a touchdown, but in the red zone it's 2 and a 3-point lead for Raheem Morris and the Falcons.
There's that one-on-one matchup, Sauce against Drake London, that we've been waiting for and watching all day long, and it's the big bodies, the physicality. A little stumble out of it by Sauce Gardner, but a great job by Drake London to create the separation and get the 2 points.
Exactly the game that you were hoping for if you came to Berlin. And there's Algier getting a lot of love from his coaching staff. A guy who was a walk-on at BYU, was working at Walmart to try to make ends meet while he worked his way towards a scholarship. And finally getting a chance late in the game for another opportunity. The second touchdown goes in, and now all of a sudden the Falcons have the lead. Adam Amin, the Hall of Famer Kurt Warner, Stacy and Christina down to the field.
I got to say, I'm always cheering for those guys that are working part-time jobs, waiting for their opportunity in the NFL. Pretty cool story.
I was going to say, you understand exactly what type of life Algier was living before he had the opportunity to get to the NFL. This is the type of game, though, that we are hoping to see tight down the stretch. And sure enough, we've got a 3-point game. Here comes Abdullah, and Amir Abdullah, one man to beat, and a great touchdown-saving tackle for the Falcons by Natron Brooks. Otherwise, Abdullah is headed to the house.
We haven't talked about it a lot, but this is the third big return by this Colts special teams, setting up their offense in Falcons territory. Doolin with the kick return, Abdullah with the kick return, Downs with the punt return, and wow, setting them up perfectly.
So here comes Daniel Jones, 97 seconds left. And he's got the ball in plus territory, down by just 3. The Colts have plenty of time and a timeout. Blitz coming, gets rid of it. And Ellis and Warren battling for it. It gets ripped away by Caden Ellis. Oh, what a battle that was.
Two big physical guys. See the ball a little bit behind him. Does a nice job snagging it with his hands, but just fighting to bring it in. Ellis doing a great job and not giving up and getting that football out.
They get a review of this. No coaches' challenges inside of 2 minutes, but the booth can call for a review.
Previous play is under review.
Man, hard to say if he was able to ever get possession of that thing, as it's kind of moving the whole entire time.
Let's take a look here. Warren and Ellis battling. Mike Pereira is with us. Mike, walk us through what you're looking at here.
You're actually looking at the element of time here, control and time. Okay, he gets control, but then kind of loses it on his shoulder. And when you count steps, you have to count an additional step. Now, he's fighting to keep control. In real time, we thought it was pretty obvious that it was incomplete, but in there now, they're looking at control. And did he get a third step down, an extra step after the 2 feet? To me, I like this as incomplete. We'll see what they do in New York.
Mike, would it be a whistle and then a stoppage of forward progress with a completion?
No, I don't think they could get involved in that element. They didn't rule it. So I just, the fact that the whole process is all they're looking at.
Stands is called. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's what Mike thought. He thought it would stand, and indeed that ends up being the case for an incompletion. So it's second down, still in plus territory, 92 seconds left. Again, still one timeout for the Colts. Badgley has already missed from 53. That would spot the ball at the 35-yard line. The blitz-heavy Falcons bring pressure on Jones, and down he goes, back near the 40-yard line. Arnold Ebiketie was the first man there, and Caden Ellis finished it off.
And how many times has this young defense stepped up, bringing pressure, challenging? Young guys coming from both sides. Man, nowhere to go with the football for Daniel Jones. No way to escape, and another huge sack from this Falcons defense.
A third time with 6 sacks this season, and it's back-to-back games for the Falcons with half a dozen sacks. The highest blitz rate in the NFL starting to get to Daniel Jones. And it's third down and 21. They have to get to the 38-yard line. Now 7 back in coverage. Jones wanted to throw downfield, doesn't have it, now has to use the legs. And there goes Jones, no timeouts, he steps out of bounds near the 40 to set up fourth down and makeable. With 77 seconds left. What a play by Jones for 19 yards.
Wow, great coverage on the back end, nowhere to go. As he breaks contain, Jonathan Taylor out in front of him says, hey, you pick up that guy and spring me to get close. And really, this has been one of the stories all day, is going for it on fourth down and not having success on fourth down. Well, the game is on the line. Another fourth down situation for the Colts.
Nothing downfield, so Jones had his longest run of the season. And now 2 yards needed to keep it going. Otherwise, the Falcons pull off the win. Under pressure, Jones lofts it up there. Warren breaks the tackle, steps out of bounds inside the 30. Got away from Bowman for the first down.
Well, the big fella missed the other one in tight coverage. This one says, hey, I'm going to find a way to make this catch. Wow, great coverage there by Bowman, who was on the guy outside of him and fell off when he saw Warren coming to the flat. Makes a great play on it, but the big fella was not going to be denied this time.
They're in Badgley's game-tying field goal range. Jones looks for the lead. Bloodied Daniel Jones lofts it down the sideline for Pierce with double coverage running with him. Incomplete, and it's 2nd and 10.
Wow, what a play that was on fourth down. Yeah, I go back to it. Billy Bowman did a great job playing outside, reading the play, and falling off in great position there to knock the football away. Ball just high enough out of his reach. And Warren being able to make the catch, get the first down, and Daniel Jones has had a rough day, and that's just some visual evidence of what that Falcons defense has done all day long.
It's like they bit into a rare bratwurst. Jones on a weird snap, broken play, and he goes down again. It's Harrison. His first sack of the season, the 7th of the day for the Falcons defense, a season high.
Yeah, I believe that was supposed to be a handoff, but with the pressure and the high snap, he didn't feel comfortable handing it to Jonathan Taylor and just pulled it down himself, but there was nowhere to go. Wow, another big third down situation off the sack.
A 54-yard field goal from here. They'll try to make it a little easier. It's Pittman inside the 30-yard line. The Colts do not have a timeout, but they don't have to rush here. Now Atlanta may use a timeout to save some clock. And I think that's exactly what they'll do. They'll save as much time as possible. At 23 seconds, timeout is called.
Man, first game here in Berlin, Germany, and the fans are getting a treat. What a football game this has been. Both sides playing well, offensively, defensively, some big plays on special teams. Been a great football game.
And I guess appropriately, it's going to come down in Europe to a kick. And it will be Michael Badgley, who missed from 53. He'd only missed 1 kick in his first 4 games. He's missed 2 today. But an opportunity to tie the game. Took over for the injured Spencer Schrader, who tore his knee up in week 5. From 44 to tie the game for the Colts, and Badgley delivers, and we're level. The equalizer with 25 seconds left.
It is so much fun to hear the buzz in the building, not just because it was a game-tying kick, but just the fact that anytime somebody lines up to kick, there's a buzz in the building, there's excitement. They love their kickers over here. And the Colts are feeling really good about theirs right about now as well.
These two teams have had a combined 5 kickers this season. Schrader got injured against Las Vegas in week 5. And in his 5th Colts game, comes up with a clutch make to tie it up at 25 apiece. Still 2 timeouts for Atlanta here. Could it come down to special teams yet again for the Falcons? Let's see if Penix can get them down the field with a couple of timeouts.
It's so much fun, the back and forth, and the way each team, as we've been saying, kind of the theme of the game, have found ways to answer. The Jonathan Taylor touchdown, the Tyler Algier touchdown. Colts making their way back, converting the 4th down. A Badgley kick to tie this thing up.
After they had 3rd and 21 after the sack. Agnew has 7 career returns for a touchdown. He grabs it at the 10. And Agnew is going to get taken down at the 26-yard line. It's Laquan Treadwell, who just got called up from the practice squad today, the 10-year veteran out of Mississippi. And with 21 seconds and 2 timeouts left, Michael Penix Jr. will see what he can bust out to maybe get the Falcons into Zane Gonzalez's field goal range in his Atlanta debut.
And it'll be interesting to see what they dial up here. Do you really try to push the ball down the field, put the ball in harm's way? Start with something short. See if you can get them moving a little bit.
London and Gardner, bottom of the formation. Penix wants to go downfield, rifles it up, and it's bobbled and dropped. Darnell Mooney could not hold on at 2nd down.
That's the same thing you see no matter what level of football you play at. You try to move before you catch it, try to make a move, get out of bounds. You're going to drop the football, and a huge drop right there by Darnell Mooney.
Pressure on Penix, and has to fling it away. That ball is loose, finally grabbed by Pitts. This could potentially be grounding. And excellent pressure from the rookie, JT Tuimoloau for Indianapolis.
I don't believe he got out of the pocket. Bijan Robinson Kyle Pitts was in the area. Obviously, the ball didn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Grounding, offense number 9. The coming involves a 10-second runoff because Atlanta does not have a timeout. This ends the game.
Road team. The Colts are the designated home team, which means the road team gets the opportunity to call the coin toss. Clete Blakeman actually has Zaire Franklin for the toss. It should have been Atlanta's choice on the toss. They reflipped it during the break. Falcons won the toss. They have the ball, and a return by Jamal Agnew gets hit shy of the 30-yard line by Segun Olubi. So a lot of confusion down the stretch of regulation and immediately into overtime. But after all of that, it was reflipped. Everything is properly placed now. Colts pick the direction they want to go in after the Falcons got the ball to start overtime. Both teams will have a chance to possess the ball in OT.
First regular season game in Berlin, Germany. A lot of firsts for me of things that I've seen, especially in just the last couple minutes.
Well, they've cleaned up Daniel Jones after the bloodied mouth on the final drive, which led to the game-tying field goal. Atlanta ball from the 30. 2 timeouts apiece. And it's Bijan Robinson. His 17th carry of this day to the 31-yard line. Jermaine Pratt is there for the stop.
It has just been a fun game to watch. You know, we wondered what Atlanta Falcons team we would see, a team that's got a couple big wins against the Buffalo Bills, the Minnesota Vikings, had a couple huge losses to Carolina and Miami, and so they've been very much up and down roller coaster all year, but they have played a really, really good football game to match a really good team on the other side. Now who's going to finish this thing?
Penix fires it near side, incomplete for Mooney. Mekhi Blackmon in coverage, 3rd down and 9 coming up.
There's one thing when I watch Michael Penix play, oftentimes he can stay open to the left-hand side, meaning his left leg will go away from his target, go wider than his target, and can lead to some of those off throws on that left-hand side. Had an opportunity there to Mooney and just missed it wide left.
On 3rd down, pressure coming. Penix lofts it away, and it's incomplete, but a flag is thrown on the far side of the field. Blackmon and Mooney were jockeying in coverage on that far side where the flag was thrown.
Contact, defense number 29. 5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
So it's contact after 5 yards prior to the pass being thrown. So it's a 5-yard penalty and a fresh set of downs for Atlanta. That's one of the things that Shane Steichen said we had to clean up in the first half. A penalty bites him here.
It's really tough there because Blackmon was standing there knowing that they were bringing pressure, and he was actually just waiting for a quick throw. So he kind of planted his feet, and Mooney ran through him and kind of created the contact there. Maybe a little step to the outside by Blackmon. Oftentimes going to go against the defense, of course, but what a huge break for the Falcons.
Yeah, he certainly felt like the contact was initiated by Mooney. Algier trying to dance in the backfield, and he's got no room. Zaire Franklin, the All-Pro last season, a loss of 2 yards on the play. It's 2nd down.
Well, a tackling machine. It's fun talking to him throughout the week, talking to people about his leadership, what he brings to this defense. Grew up an Eagles fan, said he tries to model his game after old Jeremiah Trotter. Great leader for those great Eagles defenses back in the day. Brings that same intensity to the Colts.
Eagles playing Monday night against Green Bay with Jeremiah Trotter Jr. on the roster. 2nd down and 12. Low snap handled by Penix. Throws to the outside, and Mooney makes the grab, but out of bounds. And incomplete.
They were showing the same look that they did on that 3rd down pressure. Bringing everybody up to the line of scrimmage. See them all loaded up right there. Looks like pure man-to-man, and then they're going to run out of this late. Michael Penix just rushes his throw just a touch. It's again wide to the outside. A 3rd and long situation here for the Falcons.
Colts bring extra bodies on the blitz on Penix. And Zaire Franklin comes up huge on this drive in overtime.
You can see a little twist game right here. Zaire Franklin starting on the left-hand side. A little step up. Wheels back to the backside. Great job, good coverage on the back end. Trying to hold it to get one of those shots down the field, but not enough time. Great game up front by that Colts defense.
So Pinion punts it. Short punt. Downs on the move, makes the catch. It has good field position for the Colts. Not a good punt by Bradley Pinion. Just a 39-yard kick from Pinion with pressure coming. Downs got to move up, but he had a muff punt last week, and he held on tightly to that one to keep it with Indianapolis.
Wow, got to have some guts. After muffing one a week ago, comes sprinting up, trying to make that catch. Good job hanging on to it, and once again, special teams setting their offense up in great field position.
Daniel Jones, who's had 12 of these game-winning drives in his career, including one in the playoffs against Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings. Cousins on the other sideline as the backup for Atlanta. Toss Toss play. Taylor's got a 200-yard game working. And he'll only add on 1 or 2 there.
Both teams get a possession, so obviously any score is going to win here for Indy. So don't feel like you have to drop back and just throw the football. You can stay with your game plan. And of course, as you said, 200-yard game by Jonathan Taylor. Always feel good about starting a drive with the ball in his hands.
Badgley nailed one at the end of the 4th quarter to tie the game at 25. Get to about the 35 or 30, you're in his field goal range. Jones, deep drop, floats one deep down the field for Warren. What a catch! Oh, a pretty grab by the rookie down to the 34-yard line in field goal range. A perfectly thrown ball for 22.
A pretty grab, even prettier throw. Great patience to set it up over the top of the linebacker. Outside number. Warren making a nice catch over the shoulder, but this is what Daniel Jones has been all year. I'm not sure a lot of people felt that he had this in him, and he has shown up with big play after big play when they've had to count on him all year long.
Blitz coming, and Taylor got away from the initial pressure, and Bates brings him down. Well, they had a chance to bring him down in the backfield. Billy Bowman, the slot corner, was right there and missed.
I mean, come on. Point blank range, great job by Jonathan Taylor to bounce it to the outside, and he is just a highlight waiting to happen. Should have been a loss, becomes a huge play for this Colts offense.
One of the toughest running backs in the NFL to bring down. His 2nd most rushing yards in a game with 218. Right back to him, and this time, good penetration. Harrison is there for the stop, his former teammate. And it'll be 3rd down. From here, it would only be about a 43-yard field goal for Badgley to try to win it.
Thinking to that, back to that last play by Jonathan Taylor, seeing the number 28. Just think back to my 28 Marshall Falk and how many times I didn't want to carry out a fake and I just wanted to turn around and see what this guy was going to do, because every single play could be a highlight play.
Best day by a running back this season in the NFL. And he breaks through down inside the 15-yard line. Over 220 yards for Jonathan Taylor.
And once again, just great patience to just hold back behind his offensive line. And Tyler Warren, who's wrapping to the backside and just finding the crease and up into the secondary for another 1st down.
The most yards he's had on the ground since the end of his rookie season with the Colts, when he had 253 against the Jaguars. Colts can smell it now. Here is Taylor. Down inside the 10-yard line. Into Xavier Watts, the former Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Jones feeling good now.
Feeling good knowing it's out of his hands at this point. He made the huge throw to Tyler Warren to get him down into Falcons territory and then just hand it to 28.
Ball security at a premium now, obviously.
Well, you probably don't have to tell a guy like Jonathan Taylor, but yes, these are the situations you come in and say, hey, 2 hands on the football, just hold on to it.
Colts have put the ball on the ground 4 times today. Right back to Taylor with Warren blocking. Touchdown, Taylor! An appropriate finish in Berlin, Germany. It's Taylor's game, and the Colts win in overtime.